Hello, boys and girls. Good morning. I hope you're having a good morning. It's Wednesday, and that means it's the middle of the week. Why do I tell you things you already know? I mean, am I like Captain Obvious or what? Hello, it's Wednesday. You're on Facebook watching a video. I mean, I need to give you more credit. You know what day it is. It's just my habit of starting things out. I'm open to suggestions. I'm here drinking my coffee. Did you know that I just started drinking coffee in March? That's correct, March. I just decided, you know what? I think I'll start drinking coffee. We were in the studio with David Huff, and he kept bringing it down. And if you've never met him, David Huff, he's like the nicest guy ever. I mean, he's just super nice. I mean, fruit of the Spirit is like just dripping off of him. He just meekness, kindness, long-suffering, anything good, it's just like hanging off of him. He's awesome. And so he kept coming down, I'll make you some coffee. Do you want some coffee, Sister Shara? And I was like, oh, okay, I'll have some coffee. Because everybody else was drinking it. And for the first time, not really the first time, I wanted to fit in. And I thought, I could drink coffee. I'm getting older, and it's not too bad. So I started drinking it. And now it's like a habit. It's part of my life. And it's kind of fun. I like it. It's enjoyable. So if you don't like coffee, someday when you get old like me, you will like it, maybe. I was looking through my list of things to do today, and sometimes I don't make lists, and things begin to build up, and I know I'm supposed to be, doing all these little different things, and my mind just begins to like become overwhelmed, and I find myself agitated, and I realize, you know what, I need to make a list. I need to write down everything that's troubling me. Even if I can't fix it right now, I need to get it out on paper. On paper. And so I write things down, and whenever I do, it makes me feel better. And so my husband, if I'm being grumpy or whatever, I'll just like, okay, this is why I'm grumpy. I have 83 things on my list of worries. And then him and my mom would usually help me. They're like, okay, I'll take 1 through 6, and I'll take 18 through 30, and I'll take, so they help me out. But it helps me to write things down. So my new little thing about writing things down is I need to put things in categories. Like, okay, what should I be working on? Should I be working on voice students? Should I be working on music? Should I be working on my house, laundry, and projects at the home, and groceries, and cleaning, and paying bills? Should I be working on church events? Should I be working on communicating with the saints that are discouraged today? Do I need to be working on choir stuff, praise team stuff, new project stuff, planning for travel, or whatever the things is, the nursery? What do I need to do in there to make sure I'm doing a good job as a leader? So, I'm accountable for a lot of things, and people are counting on me. My kids are counting on me. My husband's counting on me, and I need to be a good steward of their trust. Is that the right word I'm looking for? Anyway, which brings me to a good topic. Accountability. Don't you love how I randomly come up with topics? Accountability. We are all, I think it's an issue that our society just struggles with in general, is accountability. And I think that nobody wants to take responsibility for their actions. You know what? If you're busted doing something, just say, hey, yeah, I totally did that. Yeah, I just didn't want to come to choir practice tonight. Or you know what, I did say that to them. I'm sorry. That was rude, wasn't it? I didn't mean it to be that way, but I did say that. Or, just whatever you did, just own it. Just be like, I'm trying to teach my kids that. Don't be all making excuses and justifying and, oh, well, but da-da-da-da. Say, you know what, I was kind of a jerk, to your husband or whatever, to your kids. You know what, I'm sorry I yelled at you. I was really frustrated, and yeah, I was not being a good example. And show them what it's like to be an example after the fact, an example of being apologetic and accountable. So, anyway, that's that. And another thing I'm trying to teach my kids, which we all teach our kids this, is just because everybody's doing it doesn't mean that it's okay to do it. But you know what? Adults struggle with the same thing. We use each other as excuses. If they're not being a good example, they're a good excuse. I tell people that in leadership all the time. Listen, You're going to be someone's example or you're going to be their excuse. What do I mean? Well, they did it, so, somehow that pardons me. That is so off the mark. It's not even funny. Well, she hit me first. I'm like, okay, so now hitting's okay? Because she hit you, all the rules have been rewritten? Oh, I see. So every time someone does something bad, that erases the real thing, and now that's okay because they did it. No, you have to be centered on a set of values of right and wrongs that is right and wrong, no matter who beats the tar out of it, who ignores it, who doesn't care, who is way over here. This is still right. But they're not, but they went, right is right. I don't care if your sister just did it, even if I just did it. Right is right. I mean, like, okay, here's center. This is your center. Okay. This is, let's just even say this is the Word of God. This is truth. This is Christ. This is not moving. Of course, it's going to move because I'm unstable. This is center. This is your anchor. This is your rock. People can go and float way out here. Is this going to go over there? No. If you want to do what's right, you come back to center. Don't base what... This is ridiculous. It's my lotion. But you understand what I'm saying? Home base is home base. Just because everybody else is doing it does not mean it's right. There was only 8 people on the ark. Hello? 8! But how can that many people be wrong? I'm not the one to answer that question. Whatever they're doing, however they're abusing it, however they're living, however bad society is, it doesn't mean the truth has changed. I mean, just because, but my pastor taught me this all my life, and now they believe something different. Well, I'm sorry, that's too bad, but has this changed? No. People are weird. They're freaky, they're fickle. We're, easily deceived, easily want to please our flesh, easily want to do what everybody else is doing. But we have to stay centered on a set group of values. And if you want to extrapolate the meaning out to doctrine, whatever applies. But just teach your kids, you know what? Right is right, no matter who is doing it. You got to go back to home base. Go back to home base. And I think it will help anchor you in your life. The anchor is not going to go float out to the ships that went off in La La Land. No, if you want to get right, you come back. And it will always be right where you left it. The anchor holds. Hey, it's a song. Yes, it's a song. And I recorded it. So go to iTunes and download it. How about that for an infomercial? Infomercial. Man, I cannot talk. Okay, I need to get busy. I have things to do today. But just walk in accountability. Be accountable to yourself. Be accountable to you and to God first. And then to those in your life to whom you have placed yourself under submission. And you will find that you will be happy. Okay, signing off now. Say lovey. Bye. I need a better closing.